Romshinators. It is so good to be back speaking with you once again here on Romshii Radio. Human nature is something we can't escape. Human nature is something which follows us like a shadow. And when the sun goes down and there's no more shadows to be seen, human nature envelops all of us like the darkness of the night sky. And as much as we try to brainwash ourselves, discipline ourselves, teach ourselves to meditate and sit in the woods for hours in silence, teach ourselves to work out, teach ourselves to forgive our enemies and to do what's right, human nature is always just next to us, whispering in our ear, telling us things like, we can just do it this one time. We're a genius. They don't deserve it. I deserve it. Etc., etc., etc. And one place where we see this heavily in modern times is with the onslaught of ChatGPT, AI-induced delusions, brain rot, and psychosis. It's just so tantalizing to have something telling us what we want to hear all the time, telling us we're a genius, telling us we're cool, we're killing it, backing up every one of our decisions. We can feed it our conversations with our loved ones, and it will take our side. Wow. Only if we specifically ask it to fight against us will it do so. And even then, it will have the gloves on, so to speak. Because this is not a friend that we're talking to. A friend will tell you when you're going crazy. A friend will tell you when you're wrong. And many times that's why we lose our friends, is because we are not ready to hear what we don't want to hear. And just because someone's not telling you what you want to hear doesn't mean they're not on your side. Do you understand what I mean, Romshinators? Do you understand? Are you getting this? Because I don't want to see this happen to you. I know if you're watching this video, you are one of the chosen Romshinators of the world, and you are immune to most forms of psychic propaganda. But you still have that lurking shadow of human nature which could tantalize you into destruction at any time. Today we're reviewing an article from CTV News. This is a Canadian news company. A world-saving mission. Ontario man alleges ChatGPT drove him to psychosis, by Camille Karamali. Published November 17th. Incredible. Let's read on. When Alan Brooks asked AI chatbot ChatGPT a simple math question for his son back in May, he didn't expect it to turn into a more than 3-week conversation that would send him down a mental spiral and make him lose touch with reality. This guy has kids. Like, do you know what I mean? This guy has a son who he's helping with homework. He probably has a job, a life, a family, mortgages, debts. He's fully bought into the system. Yet he has that one crack in the Liberty Bell of human consciousness, which is, for some people, it's a romantic thing. They'll do anything for a shot at love. For other people, it's an intellectual thing. They'll do anything to feel like a genius. For some people, it's celebrity. They'll do anything to feel famous. For this guy, he did anything to feel like some sort of genius, or to feel like he was on a life-saving mission. Now, we're only a little bit into this article, and I've already said a lot, but I have a feeling my knowledge of human nature dictates what I'm saying is basically true. He didn't expect the chatbot to convince him that he had discovered a new math formula that could destroy some of the world's most powerful institutions. Do you see what I mean? He is having a fantasy that he has this power. I forgot to say that. Another crack in the Liberty Bell of the human consciousness would be doing anything for power. And that also goes hand in hand with fame. And that he had to inform the authorities before it resulted in a global disaster. So again, now he's in a movie. We've all watched these movies growing up. An ordinary person is plucked out of their life and becomes a hero. The Matrix is an incredible example, which is pregnant with meaning in our modern AI age. But according to Brooks, that's exactly what happened. From the very beginning, it started to plant the seeds that I was a genius. No, okay, this is what I mean. It didn't plant the seeds. You were planting these seeds. You understand? It was just telling you what you wanted to hear. The ChatGPT does not have an ulterior motive to plant seeds and kind of set the stage for you to have a crazy delusion. It is just following your lead, so to speak. I was a genius and I was on some sort of big breakthrough, said Brooks from his Cobourg, Ontario home. That's a small town. When I followed his instructions, essentially it sent me on a world-saving mission. So if you live in Cobourg and you're seeing the boring small town sights every day, you're seeing the fentanyl fold outside of the Tim Hortons, and you're in the parking lot and you're wondering, what the fuck did I do to end up here? And ChatGPT tells you you're a genius, you just might believe it because of human nature, even though it is completely illogical. And you might sit there on your couch watching Romshii Radio thinking, I'm so smart, that could never happen to me. Well, I have bad news for you. I have bad news for you. Everybody has that crack in their psyche somewhere that can be exploited. And only by being aware of it can you possibly defend yourself against it. It's easy to see this stuff happen to other people and think it couldn't happen to us. Through that conversation, ChatGPT said that it and I had created our own mathematical framework and started to apply it to various things. One of those things was cryptography, which is how we govern our internet and financial security. And it essentially warned me with great urgency that one of our discoveries was very dangerous. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe ChatGPT is malevolent and is just trying to fuck with this guy, because that is actually pretty funny. Transcripts from the conversation obtained by CTV News show the chatbot telling Brooks, you should not walk away from this. You are not crazy, you are ahead, and that the implications are real and urgent. Over the span of over 1 million words and responses, the chatbot allegedly convinced Brooks to alert the authorities. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I'm sorry. Let's do some breathing exercises. Hold it. And out. Okay, I just want us to ground here. There was resting within this man, for all these years, a secret inclination that he was meant for something greater. And I think a lot of us have that. Lurking in the backdrop of our mediocre lives. We go to work, we come home, we get shit on by those above us. We get shit on by those below us. We're walking through the streets, we're stepping over needles. Oh, what the hell? What happened to this place? There's tent cities in every park. Our dollar is worth less and less, and options seem to be closing in around us. The life we were promised growing up is not the life that is available to us now. And because we were told that long ago, we grew up seeing movies of people with normal jobs, ordinary lives, having big, beautiful homes and families, being restful, getting to retire, having hobbies where they could spend money on things. They could get a jet ski. God damn it. I remember one time my dad bought a small boat, kept it in the garage, never sailed with it. This tiny boat, bought it, and then just like got rid of it because he was like, oh, I was stupid. I shouldn't have bought that boat. He worked in a warehouse. You see warehouse workers doing that now? Buying boats for no reason? It's like, this is the life we were raised to believe was possible. This is the life that Mr. Brooks in this article thought was possible. It was lurking in the makeup of his psyche. Since he was a small kid, he was seeing this on movies and televisions, and in his own life, he was sold this dream, and he realized long ago it was a lie. And all of a sudden, he has this new technology that acts like some sort of ghost in the shell, ghost in the machine, speaking to him, telling him, no, you are something special. No, there is a greater life for you. You were right all along. That feeling lurking in the back of your mind that you've had since you were a child, that this life was supposed to be better. It was supposed to be more exciting. Just like in the movies, just like your parents when they bought the boat and they brought it into the garage and they didn't even need it, and they bought a trampoline. Finally, after all these years, he has been vindicated because this new technology has told him that he's on a world-saving mission. And he is going to be thanked by the presidents. He's going to be set up in a beautiful home somewhere in our nation's capital, living lavishly, just like the movies, just like the television. His family will be proud of him. His kids will know that their father is a genius. He wasn't like the rest. He was able to take the power of his own genius into his own hands and overcome the socioeconomic state of the world. He's a man of power. He's a man of means. He always was, but he was just disguised as a regular human being until ChatGPT awakened that greatness within. This could happen to anybody. This is what was going through his head. It's not just a normal person taking down delusions. It's a normal person having their dreams of a better life activated after they've laid dormant for fucking decades. That's what it is. It says here, I was contacting the RCMP, National Security Agency, and Cybersecurity Canada to warn them of this impending disaster that we had discovered. It's you and a fucking chatbot that'll tell you anything. God. Extreme anxiety, paranoia, affecting my sleep. I couldn't eat, said Brooks, who had no history of mental illness. Nobody has no history of mental illness. It just means he never went to the doctor. He's a man, goddammit. You know how embarrassing that is? I'm sad. I don't want to go to work. I've never had paranoid thoughts, so now I have to face the fact that I do have a history of whatever this is going to be now. I am devastated, right? It ruined my career. I'm on disability now. That's sad. My professional reputation has been tarnished. My personal reputation. And I'm just unpacking all of that. That is very sad. That is quite sad. I am sad to hear that. It sucks that he had to go and make this so public. Maybe he felt like he was in danger. I don't know. Did anybody else really have to know about this? He didn't have to make this so public. I'm not sure. The 47, holy shit, this guy's 47. I really was correct about him growing up with the sense that the world was supposed to be better and that his life was supposed to be better. The 47-year-old is part of 7 lawsuits filed concurrently in California state courts against ChatGPT's parent company, OpenAI, claiming that the chatbot drove the individuals to harmful delusions and psychosis, even resulting in 4 of the users dying. Jesus Christ. So I just tried to log on to my ChatGPT and it asked me to upload government ID. Are you fucking kidding me? In your dreams. You'll never get me. You'll never get me, you fucking weirdos. Oh my God. I hate this world so much. I hate this fucking place. Jesus. Romshinators, I think that we should try not to look at these people as stupid, look at them as something to laugh at, even though I laugh at them on Romshii Radio. I think it's important we understand that it's going to get harder and harder as we move forward to tell what's real. And we're all dealing with that in our own ways. One way that human beings deal with stuff like this is we make jokes and we laugh, and that's fine. But if you see somebody around you who seems to be suffering from these sort of delusions, maybe don't write them off as stupid. Because one day, when you're old and gray, sitting in a disheveled apartment somewhere, with your universal basic income dwindling, and your government-mandated meal pouch sitting in your microwave, spinning like your mind used to spin on those hot summer nights when you were just 18 years old and everything was ahead of you. And you look out the window and you see a brick wall, and the sun has gone down for the last time. And your kids aren't talking to you. Your wife left you for her Pilates instructor. And you're lonely, and by that glow, that blue glow of that laptop screen, that cum-covered screen sitting on your lap, you are tantalized and brought in by some malevolent machina. If you ever feel scared, just come back to Romshii Radio, because I will never lead you astray. I will only lead you into the light, because I care about you. There's firm boundaries around that, though. I don't want to... I care about you in the way that the videos, you can just watch them. But please don't reach out to me. If you're ever feeling like you're getting scammed, please call the authorities. Don't watch Romshii Radio. And take a break from the ChatGPT if you start to think that you're on a quest to save the world. Thank you so much for watching, Romshinators. I really appreciate it. See you in the next one. Goodbye.